So today I thought we could pick up on something that I touched on, I think probably in the first week, and certainly probably in the first few days of doing the Facebook Lives. Hi Amna, it's great to have you here. So we touched on, I think it was maybe within the first 2 or 3 days, the importance of routine and the importance of kind of taking action. But I thought I would come back to this today because even though we've spoken about it before, some of these teachings, for want of a better word, need to be reinforced and to go back to, either because by our human nature we forget what we've already heard and we forget what we've learned, and sometimes it's that we're doing the practice and we can take something different from it or work with it in a different way when we go back to the teachings. So I've been connecting in with quite a lot of my clients, especially those that have issues around fear, those that are easily triggered with stress, anxiety, etc. So I've been really connecting in with these clients in particular, just to check in with them how they're managing their stress, how they're managing their anxiety, what's triggering them, and what strategies we can put in place for them staying out of the fear and staying as calm as they possibly can. And what's coming up really consistently across the board for all my clients is the importance of having a routine. So when we create routine, we create order. And so even if we're feeling, as one client said, I've been feeling quite out of control. I can't control any of it. I can't control what happens with my job. I can't control where I go, how I get there. I can't control any of that. So for her, the important thing was about creating control in her life. So she started putting together a really stringent keep fit exercise program because that was something that she enjoyed and wanted to do more of. So she felt very much that she'd taken control back by looking at what areas of fitness she wanted to focus on. She had time, she can't go to work. She didn't know if she was going to be paid or not, so that was a stressor, and that was something else that she couldn't control. So we explored kind of options around that, but what was really working for her was accepting that she doesn't have control over any of those elements, but she does have control over how she chooses to respond. So I really wanted to focus today on the routine and the action taking. But as I've said before in other lives, when there's so much kind of therapeutic stuff in my head, it's so easy to go down different routes, and I can already feel myself going down the route of choice. So I'll just reiterate it, and then I'll leave that because it's something that's really important for me as a practitioner and how I support my clients, and it's something that I have to utilise myself too. And we can't control what's out there, but we always have 100% control over how we choose to respond. So that was one of the pieces that I was working on with this particular client, was how she excuse me, could change the response that she was having to her work, still saying that they don't know what they're doing, they don't know if they're going to get the 80% reimbursement of the wages from the government fund. She didn't know if she was even going to have a job to go back to. So there's all of that kind of quite high pressurized, stressful stuff, and you've got a home to run. So when we looked at that, one of the key things for her was just creating some kind of routine for herself, and that's been consistent for all my clients. So the reason that works, and I know I touched on this in one of the earlier live streams a couple of weeks ago, but the reason why this works, and I don't think I can say it often enough, when we achieve something, no matter how big or how small, it makes us feel good. So we feel good when we have that sense of achievement. And so when we feel good, it's like we fire off or trigger off the feel-good vibes, the feel-good energy. And there's actually a scientific medical process that goes on, and I won't claim to know all the ins and outs of it, but suffice to say that particular endorphins are released in the brain dopamine's released in the brain, and that's what gives us our feel-good hit. So when you create a routine or a structure or an order for how you want to carry out your day, and you can mentally or physically tick off the list all the different things that you've done, then that gives you that same sense of achievement that in turn creates the feel-good factor, which fires off the particular hormones that make us feel good, and in turn that helps strengthen our immune system. So in this particular climate, the best thing that we can do is to have a strong immune system. That is what is going to keep us safe. It's our immune system that will be the difference between us staying healthy or getting ill. So we want to ensure that we're doing everything that we can to support our immune system, and firing off as many feel-good hormones and endorphins is the absolute best thing that we can do. And I know that we've already spoken in previous live streams about different ways that we can do that. Today I wanted to focus on action taking and routine, because for many people these first couple of weeks might just feel like a holiday, and it might just be like, okay, I'm off work, I'll watch Netflix, I'll get the grass cut, I'll chill out, I'll relax. And I know that I touched on a conversation that I had with some neighbours yesterday. You know, they do 60 odd hours each per week at work, so they're just wanting to rest, and so be it. So it might be that we're kind of in holiday mode just now, but as the time goes on, and I think I said this yesterday too, I don't know what's going to happen any more than anybody else, but I suspect that this may go on for longer than the 3 weeks it was first muted. And if that's the case, then people will need to have that, or it's not that they need to, but for most people, having a clear sense of routine and order will become more important. So that's really what I wanted to come back to today. Not just the importance of routine, but why it works for most of us in helping us feel in control in a situation that is completely out with our control. So that's really the key message for today. But I can see there's a few people here. Let's see. Right, so somebody's saying, Richard, I thought my screen looked blurred as well. It's maybe just where it is. I have no clue. I put hand cream on my hands before, and I'm not touching it with my hands because they have got hand cream on. Is that any better? So let's see. Who have we got? We've got Amna. Hello again, Amna. Christine's here too. Lovely to see you, Christine. And Elizabeth. Hello, my lovely. Great to actually catch you on the live. And Richard saying, interested to know what you are doing different for the words on your wall to flip back to front. Ah, the words behind me. Okay, because I'm on my phone. I always do my lives on my laptop, but Chrome is not working. So I've reverted to my phone. The blurred vision, I think, is my hand cream. I just put hand cream on before setting my phone up, and I've obviously touched the camera. Okay, hope that answers your questions, Richard. And I didn't realise that because I don't watch the videos back, so didn't realise that the words were different. So that's your puzzle for today, everyone, to see if you can work out what the words are meant to say for real. So Richard's saying, I've been doing lives of my piano playing and it doesn't look right with the flipped image. Ah, right, so you've got a flipped image too. So Richard, because I'm not sure how the words are showing up, I'm doing it on my phone. So if the words are back to front, this is me on my phone. And where the words are normal, written the right way around, that's when I'm using my laptop. So you might want to change the device that you're doing your recording of your music. Maybe that might work for you. So I'm going to say it's better. Okay. Clearer, says Christine. And Richard's saying, I can see you now. Well, that's good. So I'm really interested, you guys. Just pop a yes or a no, and there's no judgment. There's never any judgment. It's not what any of this is about. But just let me know if you have created some kind of routine for yourself, if that works for you. So just let me know If you put a yes, that means that you have a routine in place, or it might be your same routine that you had before, who knows. But if you put a yes, if you're either carrying out a routine or you've established a routine and that helps you, or no, if not having a routine actually works better for you. So I'm just curious. As I say, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no good, there's no bad, there just is. Let's see. Right. So Richard's just saying thanks there. So well, I hope that's helpful. Hope that's helpful to you. So what would be helpful for me for moving forward into next week? I know that we talked about doing a meditation and doing a meditation that specifically sent love and positive healing vibrational energies to people that were feeling trapped in relationships, whether they're abusive relationships, unhealthy or toxic relationships, children that were kind of trapped in homes that are not as safe for them as school would be. So we talked about doing that, and I haven't ever forgotten that. And I know when I do my own daily meditation practice, that's part of what I include. We can certainly do another meditation session, and I would really probably use something quite similar to what we've already done, and just have that intent that we're including those particular people. And I've also been thinking a lot about animals too, and the fact that when people are in a position where they're having to make really hard choices about money and how they spend that money, that sometimes that can have an impact for their animals. So yeah, I think it would be nice to include the animals that may become part of the fallout of the coronavirus impact as well. So just let me know, as I said before, if you're on Facebook, put it in the Facebook comments. If you're watching on YouTube, pop it in the YouTube comments. I'll check back in both places. And let me know what topics you would like me to dive into and drill down on some more, or even if it's just something totally different. I don't mind at all. If I'm going to show up, I want to make sure that I'm showing up in a way that is most helpful to you. So I'm just saying no routine since retirement. But you know what? You're absolutely forgiven on that one. From what you said to me about your, I'm moving the mouse on my laptop here and I'm on the phone. From what you said to me about your previous work, I think you deserve. You're in education, the same as I was. So I think we deserve to really not have that strict kind of school routine. So I'm with you on that one. Christine said no routine unless I'm doing distant healing or communication. Yeah, it's nice to have a routine for that side of things, because it really does help ground you, doesn't it? And I'm not saying just what I was thinking. Poor animals will suffer too. Yeah. So I'm in touch with a few people just now to see if there's anything that we can do. So if you hear of anything, then please let me know. But I suspect, and I don't ever like to put out there something that I don't know for sure, because I don't want to build or attract anything with that energy. But I think there is a probability that the numbers in the rescue centres might go up. So I think it's important that we include them in any meditations as well. Well, my lovelies, that was all I had to say today. So unless you have any burning questions, get them in quick, and I'll cover them before I go. Otherwise, I'll see you here, same time, same place next week. And please do let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like for me to cover, and we'll just take it from there. Okay, so I'll see you all on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, and I look forward to catching up with you here on Monday. Bye.